Hey guys. So over the last couple days, we've been having a conversation about why girls and women can be so mean. And one of the things that has come up quite a bit in the comments and in the discussions that we've been having is that many of us find it really easy to respond when it's directed at our children or at our friends or people that we love. But we have a really hard time advocating on our own behalf. And I want to kind of talk about this because I think it's a really interesting pattern that we sort of are moving forward. And a lot of you aren't going to like what I have to say, but stick with me for a minute. So I will be the first to admit I am a massive Momma Bear. And for the longest time, my pattern was that if somebody did something to my children that I felt was unfair, unjust, or mean, I would be the first one pulling out my sword, going into warrior mode and getting ready to do battle, whatever that battle looked like, on their behalf. I always want them to know that I have their back and that they have an ally and an advocate in me. I feel like that's something that's really important in my role as a mom. And it's interesting because at times I think my own outrage probably even outweighed theirs. And in listening to you all talk, it's clear that many of you feel like that. It's like, do what you want to me, but do not mess with my kid. So here's the problem with our reactions. Yes, we need to be advocates for our children. And yes, they need to know that we love them and we have their back no matter what. And when we jump to fight their battles, we are disempowering them. We are taking their voice away. Why do you think it is that all of us are comfortable fighting for other people and not ourselves? It's because we don't have to practice, right? So our pattern, our habit is to fight these battles on behalf of the people that we love. But the message we're sending to our kids when we do that is, I've got this for you because I'm more powerful in this instance than you are. And of course it's unintentional, but that really is what we're telling them, right? Like, I've got this for you, instead of I'm by your side and we've got this, or you've got this. Teaching self-advocacy to our kids and to ourselves is really, really important, because otherwise we are creating helplessness. So if I'm relying on my friends to be outraged for me instead of advocating for myself when someone hurts my feelings, and then someone doesn't do it, or they're not seeing the slight that I did, then I'm upset with my friends, right? I'm sitting here waiting, sort of victimized, right? I'm waiting for somebody to come bail me out and to validate my feelings. And if they don't, then I'm upset. Rather than having the power myself to say what I need to say. Now, here's the trick. We have to learn to self-advocate in a non-confrontational way. I think a lot of us picture that it's this really volatile, nasty thing that has to happen, and sometimes it does come out that way. But for the most part, there are tools and skills when people are unkind that allow us to stand in our power and still respond on our own behalf. And this is what I'm urging we need to do for ourselves, and we need to teach this to our kids, to people that we love, so that we are not creating helpless creatures. When I worked at WashU in the Career Center, I saw so many brilliant and utterly disempowered adults, right? So we mean well and we think we're doing the right thing when we fight for them, but we're not. And we would be much better served to be their ally, but also to teach them that they have the power themselves and they don't have to rely on someone to swoop in and save the day for them. So it might piss you off. I'm sorry if it does, but not really, because it's important, I think, that we realize sometimes it's all about making ourselves feel better by fighting battles as adults that we didn't have the power to fight as kids. And we'd be better off if we just maybe thought about how to do this for ourselves and also how to teach this. So that'll be my next video, but I'd love your thoughts on this one.